In Greeley's article on neuroethics, the legal and social consequences of neurosciences are discussed. Greeley discusses effects concerning predictions, litigation uses, privacy and confidentiality, and finally, patents. Our presentation will consist in summarizing Greeley's arguments and contrasting them with different philosophical points of view. Issues and predictions.
Concerning health, the harm that could come with a revolutionary neuroscience would cause certain people to believe the science 100% accurate, and then they would not bother double-checking. Greeley pushes to add a more neuroethic tone, explaining that it could cause psychological and sociological harm if not regulated appropriately.
In criminal justice, neuroscience could help as supporting evidence to prove someone is guilty by evaluating their current and future dangerousness. It could also help in determining a person's lack of control, whether it be scientific or not. Neuroscience could also have supporting roles in the evolution and effectiveness of aptitude tests.
In the business world, neuroscientific revolution could help companies and employers to do a better job or to hire a person. But this could also cause neuroscientific discrimination. Therefore, laws will have to be drafted accordingly so one knows where to draw the line. For example, should neuroscience be used as part of marketing strategies, or should those involved be informed of the use of neuroscience evaluations?
Neuroscience, more specifically neuroimaging, could benefit parents, allowing them to have an accurate examination of the fetus, but it could also play a role in abortion choices. This being mentioned brings a dilemma of which, to what extent would parents have control over their present or future children's lives, according to the scientific nature. The second part of Greeley's article addresses litigation uses. It discusses the idea that neuroscience might be able to provide relevant and possibly determinative evidence of a witness's mental state at the time of testimony. And it also mentions other possibilities, such as ways of eliciting or evaluating a witness's mental state at the time of testimony or evaluating a witness's memories. With this in mind, Greeley questions if technologies would pass the Dobre and Frye tests to be admissible as scientific evidence. If it is considered scientifically reliable, would there be other reasons to forbid or compel the admissibility of the results of such technologies when used voluntarily by a witness? This brings up the subject of biased views, how they may affect neurosciences or vice versa. Mostly mentioned is how neurosciences could allow for racial bias testing. Except not all biased reactions or opinions are dealt with consciously. Hence, the differentiation of conscious and unconscious biasness is important in order to determine the honesty of a person. Witnesses, accused, police officers, judges, or jurors are all examples in the legal system that could benefit or be disadvantaged by neuroscience. Memories are something that fascinates scientists as much as ordinary people. The thought that neuroscience could go to the point of recollecting, evaluating, or eliciting memory in the law and justice system could potentially have a great impact on the way problems are being dealt with. That said, it could also cross over certain boundaries, such as one's freedom of thought or freedom of mind. Matters such as confidentiality are brought up, elaborating on the sensitivity of the information and that who would be authorized to access it.
Therefore, again bringing up ethical questions as to where the line should be set and in what situation may it be overlooked. Another question he discusses is to what extent will neuroscience become voluntary rather than obligatory. For example, neuroscience could be used in the depicting of terrorists as much as the utility it could have in according a student a university scholarship. Neuroscience could even help create more evolved drugs to the point of controlling emotional reactions of a specific individual. Because of this reason, the use in public and private institutions is questionable. Which institute will lead to a proper use of a neuroscientific evolution is challenged.
Cross-examining the possibility of regulations that will have to be put in place, to the point of putting out the question whether or not neuroscience would violate completely one's privacy to the point of it being banned.
Created using Powtoon.